Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes. They build so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it. From the halls of
Hey, good morning, Tori. Thank you for coming in with us. How you doing this morning, bestie? Make sure I get my mic turned up. Hopefully y'all can hear me clearly. We'll start with this one. Tori says, pretty good. How are you? Happy Friday. I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. You know, it's always a tough day for me, but um I'm going to do all I can to make it a positive one. Instead of mourning, I want to celebrate, you know. As you know, and so I'm glad you actually asked me that question. Let me go ahead and say this before we even get started. I would like to wish a happy heavenly birthday, 28th birthday, 28th birthday to my son, Jalen Christopher. Um, I miss you daily, son. I know that you're probably with your mother and your nana, just living life up in heaven right now. So, but I want you to know you loved and missed for sure. Towards the year, I think I missed something. Yeah. Today is my son's would have been his 28th birthday, but um, as you know, he passed away in 2014. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. She said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Happy heavenly birthday." I appreciate it. No, I really, really do. Today, I'm going to put a disclaimer on the show. I'm going to put a warning disclaimer on there because, well, mainly just for the second segment today. So I'll let you all know prior to, before we even get there, that if it's something that you haven't eaten, you need to eat, you need your breakfast, you may want to eat that now and get that out the way before we get to the second portion of today's show. All right, because it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. That's all I can tell you. If you have eaten, I pray that you don't have a weak stomach. And if you need to be excused, I more than understand while we're covering it, right? I more than understand. All right. I missed yesterday. I took yesterday off. I wasn't feeling too well, but I'm doing much better now. I needed some rest. I think I just needed to rest. I think I may have eaten something that wasn't good, so I just needed to cool out for a minute yesterday. So we didn't have a show yesterday. Thank you all for the ones that messaged me. It was like, "Hey, did I miss the show?" Thank you. Thank you for that. Because that lets me know that you're actually looking forward to the shows. You're checking in, you're engaging, stuff like that. And I appreciate the love and support. I really do. And but no, we just needed that off. I needed to cool out on that. Lori, welcome in, bestie. Good morning. I miss you. Good morning. And so we took yesterday off. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you, Lori. And we're back. We're back now. Um, so let's do a PSA. Again, I'm running without My moderators are not here yet. I'm sure they'll come in once they get the notification we're on and stuff like that. So I want to go ahead and do the PSA, and then I'm going to go ahead and get to the show today. Lori said, "How's life? How's life in ATL? It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. But no, it's good. It's good. Like I said, today I'm just going to instead of mourning my son's loss, I'm going to celebrate his life. Today would have been his 28th birthday, so we are going to celebrate like he's still here. You know, that's how we gonna do it. Hey, Pink Tech made it in. Grand rising to you, fam. I hope you're doing good today and staying warm for sure. All right, so y'all make sure. Look, this is what we got on tap. We have gotten beating, which, and I feel bad now that I actually picked that, but we got beating heart. We just need one to close out this goal. We're gonna start out with one to close out that goal. So beating heart. Remember, keep double tapping the screen, share out the live. But all that we ask is that when you share out the live, share it out to 5 people at a time. That way, the platform doesn't think we are falsely engaging, right? And so that's all we ask. And just make sure if you come, everyone's welcome on the panel. If you want to come up when we open up the panel, you're welcome to come up. All that we're asking is that be respectful. Don't overtalk nobody. Wait your turn. My moderators will probably put you on mute, and then once we come to you and you can talk, or it's your turn to talk, they will take you off of mute. We're gonna put a 2 minute time limit. We're going to put a 2 limit time limit on people commenting when you're in the box. All right. Not to be rude, not to be rude, but we have to be mindful and respectful to our other viewers too. And we don't want people to get lost into what we're presenting because we get sidetracked by conversation. All right. That's all that is. No disrespect to no one. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's appreciated. But we want to make sure we pride ourselves on being one, at least one of the most uh, classy or professional or well ran um, podcasts on this platform, right? And so, in order to keep that a thing, we have to put in some guidelines to make sure the show is ran properly and make sure the show is ran efficiently, right? Dimple Cheeks, welcome in, bestie. Hey, babe, welcome in to you too. She said, "What I walk into? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. We're gonna start off. We got 2 segments. I'm only gonna do 2 segments today. The first one, like I was saying, and I know y'all just came in, so we just gonna run it back real quick. Then we'll get started. Uh, the first segment is normal. Sorry, it's what we do. It's what we do normally. That second segment, our last one, that's what I was putting the disclaimer on for. So, I want to make sure that the disclaimer is for the content that it is and some of the words that will be used in it. Um, like I said, if you've eaten, great, and I hope you have a strong stomach. If you haven't eaten, I would recommend going ahead and just grabbing you something to eat during this first segment. Right, I think that would be the best thing right now because afterwards you're probably not going to want to eat for sure. I just don't think you will want to. And for some, it may be rough to eat later on in the day. But all right, so we're gonna start with segment one. Let's open it up right now. Let's go ahead and get it started. We're gonna start with segment one. Video CRED goes to our man Murad Morali, and he's talking about the big update for Diddy. Plus, more artists drag Jay-Z / Rock Nation. Uh, I don't. I haven't listened. Anything that we hear today, I haven't listened to. I haven't listened to. So the only thing I can take from this headline is that Well, it's more update about Diddy. So, and we don't know what that entails. There's so much. More artists drag Jay-Z / Rock Nation. Let's be honest, things were bad for Jay-Z or going bad for Jay-Z, but being mentioned in the e-files definitely made things worse for him. Definitely made things worse for him. So I don't know who the artists are that are coming out and dragging him. Rock Nation. I saw that they signed. Somebody signed the Rock Nation. Some musical artist signed the Rock Nation yesterday. Thank you for the rose, Pink Tech. I appreciate it. But I'm not sure who it was. I really didn't read into it. I just was thinking when I saw the headline, like, who would want to do something like that, especially given at a time that Rock Nation's been going through, Jay-Z's going through stuff like that. All right. So let's just listen and see exactly what's being said right now. Because like I said, I don't know.
Okay, so some big updates, guys, for Diddy have just been released, court documents that we have to get into, and more people are piling on Jay-Z. Hey guys, that's Murad Murali, daily and consistent content. Do subscribe to the channel, join Murad Nation, and let's get straight into this video, guys, where it's official. We are all going to be back in court. It is official, guys. Diddy's appeal has been fast-tracked. It has been confirmed, and we now have an official date for when this man is set to be in court. I don't know how long his appeal is going to last. I would imagine perhaps, let me just Google. How long does an appeal usually last? Usually last court. Let me just see. An appeal can last anywhere from a few months to over a year. That's probably why Diddy wanted to fast track this, because now, you know, I thought this appeal was going to be a week, but we might be in court for another whole month, y'all. Oh, Lord. But anyways, it's been confirmed. April 9th. April 9th this year is when his court proceedings begin. I knew it was going to be around the month April, or that was the desired time, but we didn't know if the judge was going to confirm it or not. But this judge, guys, U.S. Circuit Judge Beth Robinson, was the one to give the green light to this fast track request.
Hold on, before we go any further in this, though, I want to ask y'all a question, because he's showing me a logo right now of NBC. Before we go any further, I want to ask y'all something. Do you think, and all you got to do, you can just put a 1 if it's yes, you can put a 2 in the live if it's a no. But do y'all think things got fast-tracked for Diddy and going back to court for the simple fact he filed that lawsuit against NBC for the documentaries against him?
It is unclear if she was the one to okay this initially back in 2025 November, but she's basically okayed this. He wanted a fast track approval because he basically wants to get out of prison ASAP, and so he won this fast track approval for his appeal. I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at you winning a fast track appeal for a new court date, because let's hurry this up. Okay? You want to go to court? What, you want to go to court for your trial? We were there. You want to go to court for your appeal? Okay. You want to go to court for your sentencing? If you want to do this quickly, Diddy, we can do this quickly.
Remember,
okay, I really don't mind. I would prefer it on this timeline because court dates can drag, and he knows this. And so this appeal is going to be one for the books because his trial is high profile, which means that his appeal is going to be high profile. And this is going to be the moment now where we're going to see if he wins. What if he wins this appeal? What if he gets out of jail? He ain't getting out of jail. He ain't winning this appeal, but you know, let him dream, let him have hope, because that is the only thing that is probably going to convince him, because he stays optimistic, and I don't understand why, instead of being a realist. But that is the big news for Diddy. The fast track has been approved. We're back in court April 9th. It might last a week. It might last a month. It might even last up to a couple of months. I don't know. But knowing Diddy, I think he wants this started and wrapped quickly. So I would say 1 to 2 weeks. April 9th is a Thursday. So we've got Thursday, Friday, weekend off, and then into it next week. Diddy's going to be obviously present every single day. What arguments are they going to have? I don't know. Is Mark Agnifilo going to be there? Is Mark Agnifilo going to be there? Because he's been quite quiet. He ain't been the one around Diddy. Since this footage came out of Diddy speaking to Mark Agnifilo, released by 50 for the Netflix, Mark got pissed off by that. And I ain't seen Mark by Diddy since. I even wanted to make a video to say that some lawyers have left Diddy, because at this point, this is what it's giving. You know, all of these statements coming out are coming out via other lawyers of his. Mark Agnifilo is nowhere to be seen. But you know what's better?
Then what you said, the Epstein,
some checks. So maybe Mark Agnifilo would say,
JB,
you know what, let me just grab this coin and money. You know, it is what it is, damage done. We don't know, because I have not seen Mark Agnifilo anywhere in the past couple of months. Whenever Diddy has to make these legal announcements, it's just other people. And it's not like he's too busy with Luigi Mangione, because his wife is on that case, more so than he is. So he has the time if needs be, but maybe he's choosing to ignore. I don't know. Bobby Shmurda, guys, is laying in on Jay-Z here. And I just find this to be really interesting. He's basically saying he's riding with 50. He's riding with Nicki. And of course, 50 Cent put up this attack on Jay-Z, which I spoke about earlier, calling him a predator. And he said, they blackball you for real once you get a girl. I don't put nothing past you. And you guys took their side over mine. Bod boy for life. I don't know what this guy's saying. I've been kicked out of 5 elementary schools, 80% of the group homes, all the buildings on Rikers. Do you think I give a F about this industry? I'm riding with 50 and Nicki. So Bobby Shmurda really isn't making any sense to me. I don't know what he's saying here. Yeah. But this is somebody who did have a huge few hits and got out of prison a couple of years ago and is making it known that he is against Roc Nation. He is against Jay-Z, and he's upset. So why I think that this is prominent is that this could lead to voices coming out against him in some kind of way. I don't think it's going to be a lot of people because, you know, Jay-Z is a very powerful man, but it could lead to other artists perhaps wanting to speak out that have peaked, that have been in the industry, and maybe they've had unpleasant scenarios. We know MIA has also spoken out about her time with Jay-Z and etc. So this is what I think it could lead to: multiple other artists saying something. And there's, you know, power in conviction, there's power in words, there's power in experience, there's power in how somebody made you feel, and you publicly are saying something about it. So this isn't good news for Roc Nation that now somebody else has kind of jumped on. This is what I mean by influence. This is what I mean by somebody on Jay-Z's and Diddy's level at 50 can influence other people to say something. Not that 50 is a hero and that he's the perfect person on earth. I'm really not saying that, because the man has got skeletons in his own closet. But at the same time, I think that it does provide some kind of influence, 110%. Now, Aaron Hall, guys, you can run, but you basically can't hide, because you've basically been served. They finally found him. He was staying at a hotel, and he was served legal papers and an extended stay America in Alpharetta after evading process servers for over a year. And I'll give it to him. There was a lawsuit that Diddy and Aaron Hall are facing about how they both R-worded a girl, you know, during college. And he's been avoiding these papers serving him for over a year. How he's been able to avoid it, he keeps jumping from different addresses. They can't find him. They can't locate him. They don't know where he is. And finally, they found him at this hotel where I don't even know where Alpharetta is, but he's clearly extending his time there. And they found him and they served him the papers, and he basically now has to be, you know, has to go to court. Big loss for him, big loss for Diddy when it comes to this case, because it's just more negative PR for Diddy as well that Aaron Hall has now officially been served. But you can run, but you can't hide from these people who want to serve you, because they're going to find you and serve you. If your name is attached to a Diddy lawsuit, then there is definitely influence and engine behind it for them to go and do that if they need to. Okay? Aaron, you can run, but you can't hide. You can run, Aaron. Aaron Hall, you can run, but you can't hide. And now your name's all in the papers, and people are speaking about you. And to be honest with you, it's just utterly embarrassing that this has basically come out about you. Utterly embarrassing, guys, that this has come out about you. Whew. Okay. I believe J. Cole is releasing a new album soon. I know this is a bit of a random topic for me to talk about, but I can't really wait for his album. Like, it's called Fall Off, and it drops soon. And it's a long-awaited album, guys, and I think that it's going to cause a lot of discussion. You know, it's going to be a lot of messages in these songs. I didn't know that he was born in Germany. Wow. But anyways, yeah, I can't wait for his album to drop, which is basically dropping, I believe, very, very shortly, very soon. It drops soon, and I'm just excited for it. I believe it drops midnight, if I'm correct. And I can't wait to listen to that. But anyways, let me know your thoughts are, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Join Murad Nation. It's just one click. You got to click that button and subscribe. You get daily videos on my channel, 3 to 5 videos on my channel every single day. I do not rest no matter where I am. Click that button and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at Murad_Morali. Give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. Send a tip if you guys wish to. There's a $ there and it goes a long way. Hopefully you guys are having a good day, a good evening, wherever you guys are. And I'll catch you guys soon for another video.
Oh, thank you, love. Okay, got you. I will. I'll do it now. Let's give it up to Murad Morali for covering that once again. Hey, we said all I can say about that is we already told y'all, and we have been saying that there would be more stuff coming out for Diddy, and that even though he got what he got with the verdict, that it wasn't over, and I think we are living that now, and. I mean, let's be honest. The fact that, his name is being thrown around into those files too. So, this is just not. It's like we're seeing a paradigm shift right now with the whole entertainment industry. I think that's the safest way of saying that. We are seeing a complete paradigm shift. I mean, there's so many things coming out. And yeah, we suspect. Here's the thing: we suspected a lot of it, but it's different when you suspected it, and then when you see it, it's in your face, and so it no matter even if you knew it or not, it changed the dynamic of it when you see it, right? And so, excuse me, a lot of these things, a lot of these people we see that's mentioned. It's just going to get worse for them. League, thank you for that league ball, Pink Tech. Okay. All right. I warned y'all. I told y'all. The second segment is the second and final segment is this. It's rough. It's rough. If those of you who pay attention and do deep dives and just keep your ear on the pulse of what's going on. Lori, thank you for the league ball. I appreciate it. You all heard that latest on the e-files as well. Okay? And let's be brutally honest. It is disgusting. I've heard people mention in their broadcast that, hey, okay, got you. It is worse. The files are worse. The e-files are worse than what we thought it was, right? And so you hear that every day, you get desensitized to it. You're like, huh? I already heard worse. Like, I already heard it was already bad. And then you hear some more stuff or some more stuff gets released and they find a way for it to make it worse. It is worse. Y'all give me a second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I love it when y'all like, wait, hold on. You already started? All right. Again, I said it before, but I say it again. I most definitely thank you all so much. And not just me. Like I said, my moderators as well. And all that my moderators, man, y'all get after it. Every day, y'all come in and get after it. I love y'all for that. I really do. I can't do this without y'all. I got the easy part. I get to run my mouth. Y'all have the hard part. Y'all have to make sure I stay on track, make sure I watch what I say, make sure I'm respectful and unbiased and don't, you know what I mean? Like, yo, it's a lot that y'all do in addition to what y'all do on y'all regular day, And so, all right, but before we get started with segment 2, we're going to do a PSA right quick, all right? Check it out. We got 30 league passes. Is that league pass or league ball? League ball. We got 30 league balls. We've already gotten 15, so we're halfway to that gifting goal. We need 15 more league balls in order to close out this goal. Thank you all for knocking out the previous 2 goals we've had. I thank y'all so much for that. Remember, if you share out the live, thank you so much for sharing the live and putting the word out for us. But when you do it, please only share it to 5 people at a time. We're not saying you can't share it to more than 5. We're just saying when you share it out, share it to only 5 people at a time. Because if you do more, the platform thinks that we are falsely engaging, and we're not. We're real human beings in here, right? But that's how the platform would do. So just send it to 5 people, and then you can go back. After you send it to those 5, you're more than welcome to go and send it back to 5 different people after that, or however you want to do it. If you sent a heart me, when you came in, you sent a heart me. First of all, let me say this. Whenever you come into our broadcast, please send a heart me. Please send a heart me, because thank you for that heart me, Pink Tech. I appreciate it. And that's because that serves as your check-in to this platform. All right. So it lets the platform know, hey, you are actively engaging on this platform. Now, after you sent Tater, you made it in. Thank you so much. And shout out to Tater, because she reached level 7 in our fam club. Let's give it up to Tater. When you check in, after you do that, after you send the heart me, that's your check-in. Make sure you go back, click that heart again, see the I call it a honeydew list. You know, my guys in here, when our ladies send us to the store, they got to give us a list. And a lot of times they got to write down what we got to get, the name brand we got to get. Otherwise, ladies, I'm going to be honest with y'all. We men. We just want to get in and out. All right. So if you tell us to go to the store, we're not paying attention to no prices. We're going to grab what you say grab, and we out. Y'all got to give us a map. I mean, you got to literally design a map. All right. When you come in the door, you're going to take a left. You're going to go down that second aisle. That'll be number 3, aisle 3. Go down aisle 3. Look down on the left. You got to do it to us like that. Now, if you want us to pay attention, put some sports in there. And that may be something y'all have to do, Yeah, Janine, in depth pictures and everything. Like, y'all might need to put on a baseball cap, put a whistle around your neck, and call us in before you need us to go to the store. Say, come here. All right, huddle up, blow the whistle. Here's the plate. All right, and do it that way. I don't know. I'm joking, but in a way, I'm not. Lori said Reaper's the same way. My man's Reaper. Shout out to my man's Reaper. Tell him I said, what's up? What's up? Hey, no disrespect, ladies, but we just want to get in and out. We just want to get in and out. I hate, and she's in here, she'll tell you, I hate going to the grocery store with my wife. Love her, hate going to the store with her. Now, she don't even ask. She just leave me in the car, and I'm good. Now, sometimes I try to be good, and that's it, Tater, right there. It's first down, aisle 13. Look, we need 13 yards, all right? That's where you're going to find it. That's the first down, but sometimes I try to go in with her. I really do. I try to go in. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to behave. But then she turns it into, okay, so there's 2 things. And she's right here. I ain't talking behind her back. She's right here. She just came in the panel. I'm not talking behind her back. There's 2 things that my wife does that I just cannot, it just don't work for me. She will be on one side of the grocery store. Then she'll go get something on the other side of the grocery store, and then remember that she needed to go back on the side we was originally on to go get something, and I just don't do that. And then hear it, and she laughs, but it's funny, but it's the truth. She turns grocery shopping into a math class, and I hate math. I like reading. I like history, stuff like that. But she makes it okay. So like, if you get this, you get 3 more of these in it for less amount of this, but you're paying less over here. But I can get this at this store for this amount over. And I'm just like, I'm out. I'm in the car. But
you gotta care about the ounces, okay? Huh? You gotta care about the ounces.
She said you gotta care about. See, that's what I'm saying. Right. Okay, math. I told y'all. I thought I was lying. Math and science. That's her. Look, okay, the ounces is this. You get this amount. It's crazy.
Well, I hate sending you to the store, so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go in and grab and get it, and I'm out.
Well,
and
and
I
I
could have
hate
got
when
it
you go
cheap.
in the store with me because I feel rushed. So
Do
just
y'all,
send me to the
ladies,
store
y'all
by
feel that way
myself.
too? Y'all feel that way too, ladies? Y'all man rush y'all when y'all in the grocery store? But look, it don't be intentional, y'all. It really don't. We just don't have that.
Michelle, you better come get your man. I know he's not trying it this morning.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
Gee, first of all, you men got the audacity. I'm going to put you on check right now. You men have the audacity. Us women, we got to think for ourselves, for our men, for our children, for the boss, for the whole world. And you expect us to remember everything? So if we're on the left and we go to the right, guess what? We're going back to the left. Cut it out.
Yeah, she does. I'm like, but babe, we was just over there. What are you saying?
Yeah, but
What?
when you want your stuff, though, right?
I
You
do.
don't
Look,
complain then.
we
Okay,
do
so
not.
take bread for instance. Okay, sometimes the bakery bread, I like sales. Okay, I'm a sale person. I'm a butcher. So the bakery is on the opposite end of the bread aisle. So I gotta go look at both. And then sometimes I want the bakery bread, so I go all the way back to the bakery. It's good exercise. I look at it that way.
Michelle, I got a funny story. Some of these guys are going to cringe in here right
Genie
now,
crazy.
but they'll be fine. When I was dating my husband, now we're married 25 years, so I'm aging myself. When I was
All right.
dating him, I decided to spend the weekend by his house. Of course, of all weekends, we get 4 weeks in a month. Of course, that weekend, who comes to visit? He was so nervous. I was cracking up because it was back then here in New York. We had a supermarket called Pathmark. They no longer exist, and it was literally right up the block from him. But I couldn't leave the house for obvious reasons. So I said, "You have to go for me." He's like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I'm like, "Do you see me ha-haing? You have to go." Why did this boy come back? And I wish I took a picture of it because I'm not even exaggerating. He came back with like 3 shopping bags in each hand of every brand, make. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Hey, shout out to him. He went.
Because
He
no,
tried.
you know why? Because he didn't want to stop and ask somebody for help. I'm like, stupid. Is they gonna know it's not for you?
Yeah.
So
We don't
I
think
had to
about
get
that, but yeah.
when I tell my husband I need something from the store, I have to text him a photo. I gotta Google the photo of the item and send it to him. I have to send him with poster boards.
Well, thank God they have FaceTime because sometimes I'm like, just call me when you get there, and I'll tell you
Already know
what to get.
Good.
Already
Good.
know.
You see?
That's the play.
You see? You men ain't so innocent.
I sent him on the dummy mission.
Oh my God. I love you. Love it.
Look,
Love it.
I'm in the car, man. Look, I'm good in the car. Simply
But
Kim, welcome in, Bessie.
I love going to the grocery store. I love it. I don't care about the mall.
You know what I do?
Clothes shopping, but
when he gets on my nerves, I start dancing because I usually have my earbuds in my ears. I'll start dancing out of nowhere in every aisle, and he's like, "Can you not do that?" I'm like, "Why?" Or all of a sudden, I will just belch the loudest belch.
Oh my God.
And I'll go, "Oh my God, what is wrong with you?" He's left me in supermarkets many times. He's like, "Do you have no home training?" I'm like, "Whatever. I have heartburn."
I got that. I know. Look,
I said, "I got heartburn, and I'm not holding my pain for nobody. Everybody burps."
Well, Greg, he don't like the Greg. He don't like long lines. His anxiety level goes high real fast.
I told y'all.
Yeah.
And he starts sweating, and then I'll be like, "Babe, just go to the car. It's okay."
Right.
I tried.
No,
I tried, y'all.
He'd be like, "Come on, KK."
I'm out, man.
Because you know what it is? For some reason, I always manage to find the line because I have that gift. You know how people have gifts of knowing the line numbers? I know what line
you're going to because I go to the same kind of line. Go ahead.
Oh, they will debate over a 10-cent coupon and then go spend and I've seen it. I was behind a line one day. She was obviously older. I don't want to say elderly, but she was older. Haggling. The coupon was like 50 cents off or something or whatever. Girl, your grocery bill is $300. You worrying about that 50 cents? Here, I'll give you the damn 50 cents. Get off the line.
Lord, feel me?
Then I go into the next store, the same heifer, okay, haggling for 50 cents, just dropped another $200. I'm like, you see, this is why they put people in old age homes. That's why.
Old age home.
That's why.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but I see both sides because my husband too. He's like, oh no, he can't handle lines. He gets very crazy. And I told him, you think you're the only one that needs food? Everybody's here shopping. Everybody needs food. Relax yourself. But he don't have patience. He don't have patience. Me, I have anxiety and no patience. So that's a great combo.
Look, man, it's hard. It's rough.
It is. It's a struggle. But I love embarrassing my husband. I'll start dancing. I'll start doing Zumba. Oh, forget it.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Princess, for the oldies.
Went on a tangent. Okay, go ahead. Get back on track.
Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. Look, thank y'all, though. Y'all stay right here. Stay right here. I need all y'all stay right here because, like I told y'all, the second the second portion of our broadcast today is going to be a little, not even a little, it's grotesque. It's heinous. It's nasty. It's gross. But like I was saying, if you've been paying attention yesterday, you all heard. Hold on, let me make sure I find it. If you paid attention to yesterday, some more information from the e-files dropped. And okay, thank you for staying on. I appreciate that. And so, and again, I say this is stuff that we've heard before. We've even mentioned it before, but it's different when there's actual context with it. It's different when you actually see people put in a lawsuit or in their files or statements that this is actually taking place. And another reason I'm touching on this is because someone that's in here, she comes in and rocks with us every day. She messaged me yesterday. She's like, "Can we please do a show? Can you do a show about the e-files? Because I really don't understand or know what's going on." And I think it's valid that people understand and know what's going on. And I told her, I said, well, we'll have to do that on YouTube because it's a lot of sinister stuff to it. But I decided to do it here, but I just decided, Bella Cruella, welcome in. I decided that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to do it in a way that we can say what we gotta say without facing repercussions. So yesterday, some more information came out. And that information was, okay, y'all, cannibalism. Cannibalism is a thing. As crazy as it sounds, it's a thing. So, in this victim's statements, the victim made reference to people that were a part of the files, a part of that ring. They engaged in Jeffrey Dahmering people that weren't the age of consent, even to the point where they made reference to it tasting like cream cheese, vegetable cream cheese. For us normal people, we are, and I want to make sure I please, I want to make this point right here. It has nothing. We are far beyond the spectrum of political parties. But if we want to base it on political parties, both parties are guilty. Both parties have participated in this nastiness. And the thing about it is, everybody needs to be held accountable. And it's not just politicians. There's CEOs of corporate 500 companies. Everybody needs to be held accountable. I was in our sister Straight Facts live yesterday morning, and she was showing a picture, a graphic of this young girl, and JE was holding her like he was forcing himself on her. And you can tell she was not actively participating or actively wanting this. You can tell it. He was exactly, sis, you was in there. He was forcing himself on her. And not only was he doing that, he had his hands in places they clearly didn't belong, especially to someone who's of that age and who didn't want it. You understand? Dimple G says they keep focusing on politicians, the common folk, CEO. Exactly. It's everybody. Like it's I don't even at this point, and I know this could never happen because it wouldn't work out for our country. But I'm at a point where I think we just don't need no government at all. Because they lie to us. None of them are really forced. And so you can't trust none of them. I just think we should just do it on our own. If we could just get, if it ever came a way, we could get to where we live in, we get everybody thinking on the same accord, and people who are like minded could live in a community together, in the world together, a country together, and people who don't have what they have a country with the people that think like they think, it'd be great because the gov don't care about us. None of them, either side, either color, red, blue, purple, none of them. Jenny said that little girl was screaming and had burn marks all over her. Yes, yes, yes. And now last night I was on my IG and they posted a video. These girls they couldn't have been no more. God, boy, I'm about to cry. They couldn't have been no more than 5, 6. And they got these bra and panty things on. And they walking around this room. Man, it's sickening. It's sickening. So I'm not supporting nobody. I don't care about nobody. I don't care what party they in. Because at the end of the day, people from both parties knew what was going on. And nobody said nothing. Nobody stopped it. You get me? And so with that being said, you got that. And then last night we got to hear that not only were they doing those heinous things to these uh, kids, they were. I'm just gonna play the video again, y'all. We're putting a trigger warning on this. We're putting a trigger warning on this. It is gross. I am sorry that we even got to bring this kind of story to you, but we have to cover especially here. My team and we're gonna cover those things, those areas. We're gonna go into those areas that are hard to go into because this needs to get out. And the thing about it is, even in hearing stuff like this, even in seeing this, people still will support these people in the places that were in places where these things happened and took part of it, and it just that makes me question their morals. You get me? And y'all forgive me. So this is Cuff Boys. It's my first time ever hearing them, and they are going to cover. I'm just going to read you the title. E-Files, Victim's Diary, Names Billionaires, and Stolen Kids. Um, and I believe this is the one. I believe this is the one. If it's not, well, I'll find
Today we're reading what may be one of the darkest and most disturbing pieces of evidence connected to the Epstein case, a victim's diary. This isn't just emails and rumors. This is a real person's life that was pretty much destroyed by these people, very rich and powerful people. Disclaimer now, if you don't want to know bad details about this, then you might not even want to watch this video.
Yeah,
all right, here we go. Page 1. Confidential attorney's eyes only is all over these documents, obviously. Just looks like she had some red painting. So this victim was smart enough to do some sort of, coding. And I've looked into this a little bit, and people said this is like a 2-rail coding where basically it starts at the top letter, then goes down to the bottom one, then back up to the top, back up, down. So this says, "So sorry, Jeffrey." You see how it says "So sorry, Jeffrey" there? It's kind of hard to read at first. "So sorry, Jeffrey. These things happen when your body has never been given time to properly heal. So it came out in the toilet, and I didn't know what to do, so I just flushed the tiny little You have made me numb, and I hate you for this. I hope I never have to see you again. I'm not your personal incubator. Where's the baby? Where's Ghislaine?" I mean, there's no words for what we just read. Just that off rip is so disturbing because it basically tells us that they were stealing her babies. And it gets worse. Look, she even put a clipping of death in there from some magazine. There's a lot of magazine clippings in all this. "Blend in, hate this city." And this is another clipping from a random magazine of a Toyota ad maybe or something. And she's talking about her hatred for New York City at this point because that comes up later on, how she hates New York City because of stuff that's happened to her in New York City. And now this is something from 1961, which I looked up the lyrics because I think it's lyrics or a poem or something. I couldn't find anything for it. Maybe I'm an idiot and just missed it, but crazy shit. You can pause and read it if you want to, but I'm going to keep going. Now the next thing says, background photo of a courtroom with the words, "Our stand, you should never be here alone. He should." So she crosses this out. And here's the picture they're describing. "Our stand, you should never be here alone. He should." What I'm gathering from this one is that she wants someone to be in the courtroom here. I'm guessing Epstein, facing justice in the courtroom. He should be there alone. "Through a child's eyes, protect the vanishing children," she writes. Vanishing children. I mean, this shit is just, it's heartbreaking. It really is. "What I wanted was a place where dreams did not stop at dawn. Flashbacks. I won't let pain keep me from surviving." I mean, this girl, I believe she was 16 at the time. This is so sad. "In the danger zone. Background photos of New York City," and quote, "Who could have predicted this? I should have. So sad the city could be beautiful if it weren't filled with monsters. The blood from Leon is no longer there." She's talking about Leon Black, the billionaire, who I'm going to talk about a lot in this video, who is pretty much the devil along with Epstein. I mean, it is fucking crazy. This guy has no criminal charges. So this is what they just, decoded or whatever. Pictures of New York City they were describing. So this is another page of, coded wording, decoding. "Tomorrow is the halfway ultrasound for Jeffrey. This one's stuck. After they took the first baby who survived and the early miscarriage, I think it was called, I no longer feel like a person but a vessel." The first baby who survived, they took her first baby, and then she had a miscarriage. And this is all as a teenage girl. And it gets worse. Will they take this one too? Who has the first one? Where did Ghislaine go? She's never around. I can't let myself get attached. By the way, Ghislaine is the person the government just met with and put her in a nicer prison and gave her a pet. Need I remind you about that? The government said, "Oh yeah, we'll put you in a nicer situation while you live out your prison sentence." I can never let myself get attached. I'm not old or mature enough or even in the place to have a baby that I would be responsible for. I mean, this is so... These people all deserve to die and be tortured that did this to her. Honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not even able to focus on anything other than hiding this again. I had to go to eating disorder treatment prior to being in the situation again and missed the entire fall semester of school. I'm so very exhausted. My body feels so tired. Will I ever be free? I'm fucking pissed reading this. Here's the page that they just decoded, and then on to the next one. "I am such a monster. I didn't console her. I can't unhear her screams. They haunt me." So now this is a victim blaming herself for what's happened to her, hearing her baby scream. "I couldn't even bring myself to look at her. I am a monster. I deserve to be haunted by her screams. I'm sorry. I am so broken." And here's the page from her journal. "I'm such a monster. I didn't console her." And a picture of the sonogram. And then another clipping of 2 kids that she put in here.
I want to pause it real quick, and we're going to get right back to it. I'm not going to talk long because I don't want to miss this. Now, I think this particular part is the baby taking. I think I'm gonna play what I was telling y'all about prior to, but the way she's writing this, just to give you an idea or general idea of what they were going through, these victims were going through. The way this victim wrote what she's saying or how they're reading it, she wrote it to where you had to read the letters, the first letter, then you had to read it diagonally down to the right, and then you would have to go up above that letter and read it back diagonally to the left in order to find out what the word is. Those of you that had beepers, and y'all know how we decoded numbers and made them words back then. Well, imagine, we would have to take the number from the phone and then the 3 letters under it. Then we would have to, take it and put the letters together and make sure it spelled something. You know what I mean? So that's how she was doing. Sharita, shout out to you, bestie. I didn't know you came in. How you doing? Good morning to you, beautiful. That's how she's writing it. So if the people that were holding her captive was to find it, they wouldn't be able to process or figure out what she was saying. But this is just can you imagine how scared, how you had to be in order to do this? And now you hear they're stealing babies.
I mean, dude, that's the first link. Here's the next exhibit from the same girl, I believe. You're kidding. Clipping. More coded language. Can she help? Went to the party at this huge house to meet this man named Robert and his pretty wife Jill. Same exact British lady from Clearwater was there. She talked to me all night. She wants me to come to her house in Florida so I can learn new things. To get away from Mary, ? Now, I've looked into Mr. Robert and Jill. I can't really find concrete who they think it is, but now we got another page here. On her own, an old lady and a young lady. The little girl lost. You always think you're prepared for everything, and you think you have the knowledge of what's coming ahead. Suddenly, the insignificant, ugly duckling was obviously going to be a swan. Fly anywhere you like, drowsy side effects. And here's the decoded version. No one can prepare you for this shit. I'm so fucking lost. Why did Mr. Colgan agree to this? Jeffrey treats me like I'm a special property. And when I need Ghislaine, she is working and Mary is just as batshit crazy as my mom. So now she's calling her own mother crazy. This girl's family made her do this. Like they sold her probably to do all this. Joe Gibbs is so nice, but Dan Snyder is a pig. As a Redskins fan, this is disturbing. I'm from Southern Maryland, so what the fuck? I mean, I've known Dan Snyder is a piece of shit, so this doesn't surprise me.
So now you just are hearing the NFL is part of this too. Or owners in the NFL is part of this.
Okay. But Joe Gibbs, man? How does she know Joe Gibbs? Very disappointing. The other girls, well, some are nice, but 3 I hate. Allison Wonderland for them. Another page about traveling to New York, Madison Avenue. I was crying out for help, helpless, evil, and pain, hate, raging, really sick. You should call 911. I mean, dude, like each page is just so bad, man. Walk down Madison Avenue to 71st Street. My mother has lost her mind, even though Ghislaine said it was best to take me home because Mr. Black is so important for some reason over my health. Leon Black, dude, piece of shit. You're going to hear about more what he's done to this girl. There's going to be hell to pay. I ruined their trip, and I'm dramatic when that fat fuck bit me. He threw me on the floor, and blood all over Jeffrey's carpet, and I'm the issue? Who the fuck bites someone? Sick. No one is that important, and Leon can go f himself. I hate New York. So this is what I was talking about earlier.
Hold on, y'all. Let's get through this commercial.
Guy Leon Black apparently has multiple girls that have come forward saying he bites them, and they're all too identical and too fucked up to be lying about it because he's talking about biting their private parts.
He had a soundproof
Stop
room
Dead, Leon Black,
where he would
Squeal of Breaks, or is it a birth cry? Oh my God, she underlined shit. Wow, this is crazy.
Lord, he said Joe
She's
Gibbs,
underlined birth cry,
NASCAR
fatso millionaire. It's violent. Goddamn baby screaming. There's always a bloody baby. Your 7 chin still as a ham. Goodbye, heartbreak. Picture of a sonogram. Protected from the little girl lost. Me. I am so sorry. I keep failing. Another page with a sonogram. I mean, just look at how fucking sad this is, bro. Next to sonogram photo, I heard the heartbeat even when she put her hands over my ears. Aren't pictures enough for them? Torture. So they're taking pictures of them. Should I deeply miss them? Have these all been murders? Does this make me a killer? This shit just makes my blood boil, bro. Yes. Another page. Doesn't matter how far away you are, no matter how good you think they are. Even the old president, they will get you. Which old president? He should have been thinking of Chelsea. Gross. In a plane, on a yacht, in New York, and D.
Pause. Pause. Let's not play. Let's not play. What president has a daughter named Chelsea?
It was Clinton. It was Clinton.
That my girl.
Our favorite president.
My
Yes.
girl. My girl. So let's we're not missing. We
DC
covering
at the
everybody.
Vineyard. On the island in Palm Beach, it doesn't matter. Disgusting pigs like Alan Dershowitz and Mr. Caruthers and even Mr. Islam will hurt you, especially if Ghislaine is busy or not with you. Yet another page with a sonogram. So heartbreaking. I think I'm going to break. Why would they allow Mr. Leon Sis wait this long? Why would he bring a friend to make a video? I'm so broken and the procedure was so painful and blood all over the sheets. I can't play this game anymore. I have to ask Elaine for help. If anyone can make it stop, it would be her, ? She was so scared because I got so sick and was burning up with a fever. She put me in a freezing cold shower. I can't do this. Mr. Rails and Mr. Ian, blood on their hands. But so does Jeffrey and Mr. Jacobson. Mr. Conway, Mr. Vradenberg, and Bills. All of them who don't care if this happens. So this is Mr. Leon Sis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. Owner of the Washington Capitals. So yet another DC sports team. This girl was from Virginia, by the way. That's why a lot of this is the powerful people in the DMV area and New York, because it's on the East Coast, all very close to each other. I mean, what the fuck, bro? How did these guys not have criminal charges? And here, I believe, is Mr. Vradenberg, just another wealthy person, businessman. The last document I just read of all that was deleted from the DOJ website. I wonder why, because it straight up names multiple billionaires. That's why. All right, more journal from the 16-year-old girl.
Thank you for the finger heart.
Old enough to drive, too young to go anywhere fun. Happy sweet 16. Love you. Happy birthday. I don't know the name there. If someone can let me know. This says Heart Tanya, I think. Funeral. Watches and weeps, lays to rest. There's a reason. My mom lied about Mr. Glickman all the time. She lied about work trips, about Michigan, and about Clearwater. Now he is dead and I'm being sent to live with her friend. Back and forth for how long? I always felt very attached from everyone else. I knew I was going somewhere different, that I was in the wrong show. Fueled by father's love. Computer technology, the sister. Why Vienna? She's always in charge. No understanding. Stealer of souls. So once again, this is her writing in the clippings with her own words next to it. Just coloring in the pages. Not very relaxed. Thank God my parents picked me up for being a Rockefeller. The plane Mr. Dana had me on was scary. Both he and Larry Summers are fucking disgusting. Hope no relation to Tracy. A Larry Summers mention, and Rockefeller is getting brought up too.
Hold on. Jenny says, why are other countries investigating those named in the files, but no accountability here? You better say that, sis.
They're
That
not
just
doing that because they would have to bring the Cheeto and Chief in, and they don't want to. But I have good news for everyone because they just held Hillary and Bill in contempt. That's opened the door for them to bring in the Cheeto. Everyone. I don't care if you were a housekeeper or gardener and you were there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I want to know why you were there. Every single person. This is not okay. These are children. We all need to revolt on this.
in Aztec, remember you brought up Hillary and Bill. They even said they wanted to make it public, not private. They didn't want to hold it behind a closed door. They wanted to make it public.
Well, they're upping the ante because you see, the problem is that, okay,
Right,
so
Jenny.
you laid out 1% of the files. So we need all the files, because if there is anything that says, you know what, X person was not involved, or this happened, but they were there because of this, we need all the information. We need all of it. There's no excuses. We need to see everything, because I cannot believe that the whole world is prosecuting everyone and anyone attached to it, and the Cheeto and Chief has the audacity to say, oh, they just the files were released, but they absolved me. I had nothing to do with it. Are you kidding me? And they let him get away with it.
And he said he thinks they should just move on.
Yeah, we should all forget. You know, as a person that was a child that was abused in that way, no, we don't want to forget. We want everybody accountable. I am so angry that they put those kids through that. And the pictures and all of it, that picture of him biting the little girl's bum. We need to know who that little girl is. Something needs to happen.
because we are looking backwards right now. The whole world, even Elon in France is being investigated. Everybody's being investigated. How are we sitting here like nothing happened when it's our home that all the mess happened in? No.
I agree. Now, again, to this point, not only are we seeing politicians, we she's mentioned people that were managers. I mean, head coaches in the NFL, team owners in the NFL, and so again, this is a wide variety of people, and so I just don't want to leave it to where it makes it sound like I'm thinking about one political party over the other. It's both parties. Everybody, nobody's a good person. Nobody, nobody is a good person. If you knew about it and you participated in it, or even if you knew about it and you didn't try to render some kind of assistance or aid, then you are guilty. I don't claim you. I don't hold you as a good person.
I have a question.
Okay.
When are we gonna start talking about when are they gonna pick the parents up that sold their kids to the industry?
That's a good point too, babe. That's a very good point.
Nobody mentions the parents, or even the child protective, in quote unquote, child protective services.
Child protective services has been exposed as being as a way that these people were getting children. That's why child protective services hasn't been talked about. And the parents, so we're clear, the parents were getting paid. So yes, the parents, the adults, the teachers, anybody who caught a whiff of this and was involved needs to be dragged in, because the damage they have done to those girls is immeasurable. They will never be okay. It's just so disgusting. And the fact that I don't know, I'm so angered that there's so many.
Thank you for the overreact. Appreciate it.
The NFL, you wonder how JC got to be in a position where he was picking the singers and stuff for the Super Bowl, when you figure that half of the NFL owners are in these files. You know why? Because they're all connected. They all washed each other's hands. It's so bad.
I agree. Now, before we get back to it, before we get back to the audio, I want to ask y'all: are y'all doing okay collectively? Is everybody doing all right? I know it's a lot to take in, and I know it's beyond disgusting, but is everybody okay?
I'm personally coming in here, and like you already know, I take my time very slow here, because I want you to understand this is so big that if I go on any other app, everybody's talking about it. We finally gotten to a point where you can't escape it. It's everywhere. It's on Instagram. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. Everybody's upset. Everybody's talking about it. The young people, I'm seeing young people, teenagers, early youth talking about it, demanding some accountability. I saw a panel of, they look to be about 18 to 20-year-old boys, and you know, the podcast bros are very powerful, and that's what they look like. They look like podcast bros, and they were talking about anybody who is supporting this clown from here on out, you need to look at them sus. And that is very important, that you guys, if you're out there, and we all have friends and family that are involved in that cult, if you have anybody who's making excuses, keep your kids the hell away from those people. Keep them away from those people, because they're telling you something very clearly, that they support that type of behavior. And it's not, don't take it lightly. Anybody that makes excuses for the horrific stuff that was done to these girls, or makes it their fault, is to be looked at with like suspicion.
I agree. All right, y'all, we're about to start it back up. I'm glad y'all are okay. I know it's rough, like I said, but we're gonna start it back up. We're gonna finish this, and after this, I'm going to play one more. I know I said 2 segments, so just make the next video will be a 2B. How about that? All right.
Charles 32 courts his teen queen. I guess it's a royal thing. Gross. Andrew is like his brother in this way. Redacted should not brag because that was yucky. So talking about Prince Andrew and redacting someone, I don't know if it's a victim or not, but and now here's one of the Trump mentions, because clearly this is about Trump. She puts an Ivana Trump clipping next to this, and this is the coded language decoded. Does this lady know you can't have any if you've been with him? I know I have none, only Skittles. This is obviously in reference to Trump and this victim having been with him. She's not talking about Ivana. It's bad to be little. Oh my God. One more. You can't tell. Who knew? Story of a different America. No protection, only comfort. From G? I think she's talking about Ghislaine. All convenience. People come to your party for 2 reasons. One, because they like you. The other, because they like to touch one child. Really, each page is hard to read, bro. I can't even put into words like what I'm reading. Concerned everyday problem, nausea. I'm so very sorry, little one. A sea of grief. This is birth control, remember? You know our names. Redacted, what are these bets? And why do I have to take photos? I'm so lost. Mr. Modi, Mr. Robert, Mr. Sant, Mr. Ludwig, all these names. This portion is cut off from the scan, but it doesn't stop there. It never stops. Take your tablets. That's how I survived. Oh my God, it seems like they're making her take some sort of medicine or something. It makes me think it's like Plan B or something. Why didn't anyone stop it from the start? Nothing gets remembered, got it? You have to either sink or swim, and you have to learn that very fast. I swam. More clippings. Ladies man, terrible guy with a gift for giving girls. Tragic childhood. You only
Riverside helps with the entire process of making a podcast.
Sorry, y'all. That's a commercial. Hold on 1 second. Thank y'all for closing out the goal. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I think everybody because you have members of that party that comes on TV, and she makes Pam Bondi. I'm just gonna say her name, and she says nobody is above the law. All the while, it's looking like she's putting people above the law by covering this up. In fact, remember she had the files, then she didn't have the files. They were on her desk, then they didn't exist. And Kashat Patel, he needs. What did he say? There's no other conspirators in here. It's just Jeffrey E. himself, and this man is head of every. He lied. He lied. There's no reason for him to still be holding that position. There's no reason for him to still be out here enjoying freedom. Given the position that he is in, there's no reason. He lied. He lied, man. And so I think all of them, everybody, needs to be held accountable. All right, y'all, let's get through this commercial, and then we'll get back to the audio.
These a year. This poor girl is so strong for doing this, man. GM, is that Ghislaine Maxwell? Please explain they know and won't talk about it. I could be wrong. I don't know if GM means that, but how much do you need
Lord,
to see to know she's beautiful? No one picking up more dirt than his girls. So what's the difference between us? Who else actually like me? Oh my God. I'll fight to survive with sensitivity and grace. Wow. You have everything to lose. Never forget where the real beauty comes from. Beauty is inside. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't speak. She doesn't talk. I can't stop shaking. It's been a week. A decision was made, but I can't tell Jeffrey. These things happen. Why didn't I close my eyes fast enough? The doctor was different again. I think from Israel. This world is evil, bro. He had kind eyes, but didn't speak directly to me. This was different. A shot, and those rod-like things had a hook and so much pain. Ghislaine said to push all the pain away. I don't understand. Blood and water all over the bed, and she was right. Like a feeling when your tummy hurts and you have to push. She said to close my eyes and put her hands over my eyes, but I didn't close them because of these tiny cries. I'm so lost. I saw between her fingers his tiny head and body in the doctor's hands. It reached his tiny arm up and had a tiny foot. I closed my eyes and no more. Yeah, legit can't take much more of this. Cries. I don't understand. Just say these things happen. But he doesn't believe that. They yelled and screamed, and he said, we'll all be the same in a couple of months. And she said she was fed up with all of it. I don't understand what is going on, and no one will tell me. I can't go to school like this. I can't stop shaking. I won't anyone make it stop. I know Ghislaine is trying, but nothing changes. Why didn't I close my eyes? In the hall, Ghislaine said she was beautiful. She was, not is. She was a beautiful girl. I heard her. Where is she? Why did she stop whimpering? She was born.
Hashtag Princess says, OMG, where's these babies? Well, unfortunately, bestie, for some, as we found out yesterday, they've eaten them.
I heard the tiny cries. I can't do this anymore. This is so bad, man. Short tragedy. My heart is breaking. X is out stillborn and just puts born. He was right, a couple of months and 2 pink lines with a hold on being with others until after it was positive. I want to die.
Yeah,
Why didn't you protect me? As long as I'm wearing what you want, there's no respect for me as a human. I'm nothing but your property and incubator. You only trust me when I'm under your complete control. I would never trust another man ever. I'm the one who provides and sacrifices everything. I give and give out terror, and you take all of me. You need me to continue keeping us all connected.
Thank you for that.
Unlike drugs, a child's body can be sold over and
Simply
over.
Kim, thank you for the let him cook.
Oh my God.
I appreciate you.
These people need to die. They just need to die. This is not surprising, but there is no such thing as a child prostitute. They are children and cannot consent. They're missing the biggest in my own backyard, and so many more, like Mar-a-Lago, and where I see Mr. Joe and Miss Ann. There's too much evidence for Trump not to be involved in.
Yeah, y'all, come on. We're not gonna sit here and pretend like he's not. Like I said, and I said what I said. I said it even before before the November 2024 competition. Told you wasn't no good. He was no good. He was not the right candidate.
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what y'all are going to comment. I don't give a shit. Our finance department deals with all the paperwork. Unfortunately, the finance department is also family. Oh my God. I mean, that's basically her saying, it sounds like her family's selling her. Who knew? I was born a slave. Life in a paralegal universe. Please release me from this torture in hell. A clipping about this. Controlled all by Jeffrey all the time. Get away from it all and go to New Mexico? What in the hell? This makes no sense. What about school? Behind the scenes? He's now controlling everything. When it used to be Ghislaine, who some days act like she hates me. Secrets of all of them. I'm tired of keeping the secret. I know people are wondering, but I can't tell. I'm exhausted. Broken promises. I don't understand why she's treating me on some days like I'm an enemy. But then we lay in bed together and she is how I used to be warm. He makes her feel my tummy, and it's so sad and confusing. Superior gene pool? Why me? It makes no sense. Why my hair color and eye color? This feels very Nazi-like, but I'm thinking about these stupid, insane theories he has. I guess in his mind, it makes sense. The piano and music comments are made to convince me this is right and will create perfect offspring, he calls them. What am I reading, bro? Piano or viola? I'm starting to resent them both. I miss the person I was before. I was made into what feels as a human incubator. Oh, man. And this is the page, obviously, of what was just decoded. I mean, this girl's so smart for doing this, because this really does look like a bunch of random writing. At a certain point, would maybe stop someone from wanting to put in the effort and trying to read it. My friend Redacted realized much of everything and came to me to get out of Mary's. She made me leave all the things of value in the bed. She put all my belongings in trash bags. I may have avoided New Mexico. I've been staying with friends, but never more than 2 or 3 nights because my mother is on the warpath. Oh my God, her mom was looking for her to get her back there? Redacted has been so great, but Redacted saw me changing and knows about the baby. He said he promises to help me and we'll figure out what to do. Oh my God. My heart belonged to her. She was so very beautiful. She was perfect. I can't bring myself to write what happened. I'm beyond broken. I only got 10 to 15 minutes to hold and feed her before they took her. She is mine. I want her back. Distraught. Help me. Please, can't anyone find me? Barely survived all those procedures. My heart is gone. These clippings make it so much worse when you see them too. April 22nd, I had no choice. I wasn't ready and she wasn't ready. My mother had found me and it was urgent. After so many bonding moments with Jeffrey and Ghislaine, their baby inside me, with me in the middle, she wouldn't even look at me. We said nothing to one another and I was so confused. When we arrived at Palm Beach, I was taken to a house close to Jeffrey's, I think called Ocean Boulevard or Street. But it was close and I was alone except for the new driver, not Mr. Juan, an elderly French lady whose pictures on the wall didn't have her. She had a thick accent and was kind. She had been born to deliver babies and had been doing so before I was born. Similar as the one with the shot and hook, but too much blood with so much water and unbearable pain. She put her hands inside me and seemed worried. I didn't understand. Something about the baby facing the wrong way and putting, oh my God, pressure on the placenta. Things would have to be different. She said I should be brave and strong and listen to her directions so she could help safely get the baby out. I was terrified seeing so much blood on the bed and floor and started to panic. I don't know if I can read much more of this. I'm getting close to the end of this, but this is just so fucked up, man. She had me flip over to my hands and knees and had me push and push. It was so excruciating. I could feel everything as she tried to guide the baby out. I was worried, but I was so tired. I thought I was dying, but suddenly she had caught a beautiful baby girl who had made more than a whimper, but beautiful cries. She let me hold her and washed her and brought her back clean and perfect. She smelled so good and showed me how to feed her. But only after 15 minutes,
thank you for the
Mr.
let me
M
cook,
came to take her.
Pig.
I was hysterical. I was begging for more time. He said those horrible girls were in the car waiting, but I wouldn't let her go. The old woman promised me she would be safe and I had to let go. 4 pounds, 10 ounces. 5 inches long with beautiful long fingers. I'm dead inside. Life has no meaning. I don't want to be here. Jean Luc Burnell is a model scout who's dead now. He was known to be involved with Epstein. Disgusting pig with bad breath, and I'm almost positive does this disgusting things because he's struggling with maybe being gay. 6 weeks wasn't even given before being sent back. Punishment for trying to run. Why can no one help me? Ghislaine is gone. I'm so lost and my heart is broken. Is this my destiny? I need them, everyone, all to see. I still always dreamed to build a better world. She went from being a beautiful young girl to a sad, broken child. But maybe a hope that after all, I still truly had it within herself. One day I aspired to be like this. She came in like a lamb and went out like a lioness. And then the last picture of the journal was this little girl. I've been drugged and R-worded, 7 hours knocked out of my right mind. Something is gone. He's been burning me with cigarettes. I myself, that is not enough. My ribs show what have I eaten, lies and smiles. I dream of someone else entirely, and he, for this subversion, hurts me with his armor of fakery. How did I get here? Criminal. I die with variety, hung, starved, burned, hooked. I wish I'm dead or away. That, it seems, is the impossibility. That being free, what would the dark do without fevers to eat? What would he do without me? That's all I'm going to read for today. I already read for like over an hour, so if you want me to keep making these videos and reading more shit, let me know. Hit subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.
Let me subscribe to them. This is my first time listening to them, but Simply Kim said they're good, and I trust her. So give them a thumbs up. Look, y'all. We're not done. We're going to Tubi. We're going to Tubi. We're going to Tubi. I'm just going to get into it. I don't even have nothing to say. I think you already heard enough to know that. I just think you already heard enough. So I don't think there's anything I need to say. All right. And so, hey, niece, welcome in. Thank you for that heartbeat. I appreciate it. You can't read it. Says E-Files unleash horrifying claims of cannibalism and ritualistic sacrifice. Shocking FBI records. Records describe dismembered babies and elites eating human feces. All right, this is from the files. It was, of course, we don't know who it was to because that part is redacted, but it's from Jeffrey E. And it was sent Thursday, July 16, 2009 at 7:34 p.m. The subject it's Ree, so we know whoever he's sending this to, they must have sent it to him. But the subject is Ree, which is response, and the title is Cream Cheese Baby. There are millions of babies. Very little good vegetable cream cheese. On Thursday, July 16th. Okay, so I guess this is the person that says, laugh out loud. I don't know if cream cheese and baby are on the same level. It's okay. There is still enough time today. I am trying to schedule priming for 5:30. Fuel explosion at 9:45 p.m. Will bring a new engine startup video. And this was sent via BlackBerry by AT&T. I think AT&T needs to be subpoenaed too. I think records. I think records need to be. I don't know. Leaked messages about babies and cream cheese expose dark ritual theories. I'm want to see if I can see this. I'm not sure, but it says respond federal SMEX trafficking in states with lower ages of consent. And this is Jeffrey E's Yahoo, and it's to Mitch Weber. Let's see. So Mitch Weber sent him as Mr. Epstein. I'm sorry, I was a little confused about, and it says what you were asking on the phone. I hate how they type it. It says, I see what you were asking now. The question is, what would happen if one were to transport a minor for SMEX or transport oneself with the intent to have SMEX with a minor into a state in which the age of consent is below 18, assuming the minor is above the age of consent in the given state. And so Jeffrey responded to him, let's also look at SMEX tourism laws. Going someplace with specific intent to have age of not age, not the age of consent SMEX. And then right here, underneath that, it says the Cheddar Color Code leader ordered DOJ to release 3 million Epstein files, sparking viral cannibalism and ritual claims. This is from David Mitchell, and it was sent Wednesday, February 20th, 2019, at 12:39 p.m. to Jeffrey E. Subject, it didn't have a subject. It just said, but it goes on to say, please confirm you received this as I am sending from a different email. The idea is that in the VI stem would build a community facility to grow, cultivate. I'm thinking VI stands for Virgin Islands, if I had to break that down or if I had to figure it out or anything like that. I'm assuming it means Virgin Islands. Um, and then it says process commercial production of cannabis. Under the new bill, and then that's redacted, it says commercial production is limited to 1,000 plants per license. The government of VI could benefit by having a professional operator building and running a large central high-tech facility. STEM could bring its technology, expertise, and brands. The government could benefit as this could be a one-stop shop for compliance and tax collectors. The second question, what name should I put the shares into? Can we speak later about the above, David? All right, this is from, it's redacted, and it says, it's from Jeffrey E. Here, let me read it from the person that sent it to him, and then I'll read his response. All right, y'all. All right. So this was on Thursday, July 16, 2009 at 3:31 p.m. and redacted wrote, laugh out loud. I don't know if cream. Oh, we already read this. Okay, so you already know that. All right. Jeffrey responded to him and said, there are millions of babies, very little good vegetable cream cheese. All right, and it says social media alleges elites participated in ritual unalivings based on Jeffrey E.'s emails and interviews. Most of this is redacted, but Okay, so sender, it says self e.jee iTunes at gmail.com. I don't, and it says participants, but that's redacted. And then that self person is on there. It says, as I text you last month, they have no way out again. And again is capitalized. They bluster, and I can't see what that says because it looked like it may be a watermark over it. Was it bluster and something work? Something work. My solution is they should grow, uh, you know, cannabis, the the Bitcoin of Latin America. Now, the L and the A is capitalized in Latin. I don't know. I would think that it could cover two places at one time, Latin America and, well, LA, what I would think. And so the response to that, again, sender redacted, participants redacted, and it says, how effed up is Argentina? All right. Let's do a PSA real quick so I don't get in trouble by my moderators. All right, y'all, we're halfway down the gifting goals of the Let 'em Cook. We needed 50. We got 25. So we need 25 more Let 'em Cooks. If you sent heart me's, first and foremost, thank you for sending the heart me's. Make sure you go back and click on that orange heart. Do the daily checklist so you can claim your points and get your coins as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click this other orange heart right above the gift and gold box and join us and become a subscriber and get your badge that says crew. That will be put next to your name during our live broadcast here on TikTok. And it also stands out to my moderators and I. Let us know that you're part of our news crew member team. Also, you'll have the ability to use special stickers that's only exclusively for our subscribers only. Thank you all for joining us, and get back to this crazy stuff. It says cryptic emails comparing babies to cream cheese fuel online cannibalism narratives despite mundane food planning context. Did Jeffrey E. really eat, little ones? What fact checkers say about cannibalism and ritual sacrifices? Cannibal appears 52 times in the e-files, while cannibalism is mentioned 6 times. However, none of the directly support the viral claim. It's showing the video of him chasing the girls around the kitchen. I know if some of y'all seen it. Hey, Caribbean Queen, welcome in. I didn't see you come in. Thank you for the Let 'em Cook. I appreciate that. Pink Tech, thank you for those Let 'em Cooks. I appreciate you. I don't know if you all have seen that video before, but that's what they're showing now. It's fact check. Did Jeffrey E. really eat baby? Here's what the DOJ documents reveal about cannibalism. Since the release of millions of files linked to Jeffrey E., Americans have fixated on shocking claims surfacing online, accusing Jeffrey E. and others of being involved in cannibalism and ritual sacrifices.
Can I clear up what the cream cheese is? Somebody explain what the cream cheese was. Do you know when babies are born and they're covered in the vernix, that white stuff? That's what they're talking about with the cream cheese, with the babies. And you know what? I wouldn't put it past these people. I think that these people, the more money they get, the more that they challenge each other to do horrible things, and they get each other dirtied up. It's all connected. You know, you're talking about Diddy. You're talking about all of it. All of it is connected. and
Yeah.
and I wouldn't put it past them that they were doing that.
Well, several victims have came through and said it as well. So yeah, I'm with you. I believe them. I believe them. And I mean, even before then, of course, we know that this went on before, um, right along with the organ harvesting and stuff like that. Oh, this says contextless messages attribute to uh, Jeffrey E. and I don't know how to pronounce her name, y'all, but Nadia Marcinkova, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that, but were used to support disturbing online speculation. Epstein files, cream cheese messages, and millions of baby uh, claim what we know. The Epstein files, yeah, Jeffrey E. files have spawned viral and lurid claims online, ranging from cannibalism to ritualistic sacrifices. Here's what the cream cheese message says and what the fact checkers found. Resurfaced 2009 video shows model Gabriela Rico Jaminez or whatever, shouting that elites consume people, consume people, and sacrifice. I can't read those; they're sideways. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try to. There was. Let me see. It's Jeffrey E. responding to somebody. All of that is redacted, and it's Wednesday, August something. It's the big question mark over it. I'm gonna try to read what I can. All right. I'm gonna try to read what I can. Um, for your situational awareness, wanted, and then a big flaming question mark is over, so I can't see that. The flight records were received yesterday. Reflect that. Then it's cut off. And then it says the cheddar color code leader traveled on Epstein's private jet, and then that question mark is in the way. Something previously has been reported, or that we were aware. Then it's cut off, including during the period we would expect, and then the question mark, something Maxwell case. In particular, he is listed as a passenger, then it's cut off. At least 8 flights between 1993 to I think that's 1996 or 8. The question mark covers it up, so I can't really see it. At least 4 flights on which Maxwell was also present. He is cut off as having traveled with, among others, and then the flaming question mark covers that up. And then it says Times, comma, Marla Maples Carter, his daughter Tiffany. Y'all know his daughter Tiffany. Um, and Eric, his son Eric. Then it says on or, but then it's cut off. Then it says flight in 1993. He and Jeffrey E. are the only question mark passengers. Then it says on another. Then it's covered up. I can't see it. Respectively, were women who would be present. Then the question mark, and then it's covered up. And then it says Snopes or Snopes, Snopes. I don't know what that is. Snopes verified that cannibalism and sacrifice terms appeared in records, but the claims remain totally unverified. victim. It says victim. Of course, that's redacted, but then somebody put victim inside the black redaction box. It says Mar-a-Lago. The question mark covers it. It's more redaction. Then it says Cheddar Color Code Leader said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. So I'm assuming. Okay. This looks like it's from Jeffrey E. to Michael Wolf. Now, Michael Wolf actually is one who really got all this stuff kicked off, to be honest with you. He really got it all kicked off because he had some information that he had once shared or whatnot. He spent time with Jeffrey E. And so, he started talking about what they would discuss and what Jeffrey E. said. And so he asked, we'll call her Grizzline because, I don't want to get in trouble, to stop. And then it says, please know the information contained in this communication is confidential. Maybe attorney-client privilege. Then they've got a flaming question mark over it. It says constitute inside information and is intended only, then it's covered up, the use of the addressee. It is the property of, okay, JEE is Jeffrey E. So his middle initial is E. So now we understand what. So that other email that we was talking about that we didn't know the email address, that's him. That was another. So that was from him. Unauthorized use, disclosure of copying of this question mark covers it up. Communication or any part thereof is strictly prohibited and may be unlawful. If you have received this, and then it's a question mark over that as well. Now they're just showing a video film montage of some of the files on a table. There's what you call those things back in the day when you had to take the pictures, the little film with the pictures, not the pot, the negative, the negatives. They got those are in like jacket things, and that's on the table. And then it's a picture of Jeffrey E., Bill Clinton, and I don't know the other person. I don't know this other guy, but there's three of them in there. Jeffrey E. and Bill Clinton is the ones I know. They're showing more binders, more negatives, more of the files. It says an anonymous man told the FBI he witnessed baby Braves. We talked about this the other day. Y'all remember? Somebody put it in the live, so I don't have to say it because I don't want the platform to trip. When y'all come on with me. Come on with me. Thank you, Tater. Babies were what Tater just said up on Jeffrey E.'s yacht during the year 2000. All right, so now this is a picture. That's Grizzline, and that is, what is his name? His wife was just he was known as one of the billionaires. Oh my God, Gates. There's Woody Allen. I don't know the other two people in the picture. They're guys, but I don't know who they are. Jeffrey E. and Grizzline. It says the accuser alleged individuals ate feces from removed intestines during rituals, but that's sickening. That's sickening. DJ Rocky B, you said block party. Who needed it? Who got it? Somebody had to go to the block party? I missed it. I was reading. Oh yeah, I see. What was that? 200,000 something. All right, okay. All right, well, hold on one second. We'll get that going. All right, hold on. Y'all know what we got to do. Okay, all right, y'all. We got a live one. Let's go. One day I'm gonna break that rubber band. All right, y'all. Let's give them the warm welcome.
I got a whole lot of money. Y'all it for me. Bottle keep popping that water bag jacket. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. I put it up on the
Okay, let's go.
roll up the line, I'm trying to get it.
What is it, Walker?
It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
ATL shouted. All right. All right. Well, that's been a while, man. We had people come to the party, but hope he enjoys. They enjoy it, whatever that is. Hey, Lori said, "Love me a good block party." I know that's right. Hey, we don't discriminate. We let everybody in too. If they don't act right, they are welcome to it. All right. Let's see. That's nasty, man. That's what you was talking about, sis, too, with the intestines. That's disgusting. This is all disgusting. Today has been very disgusting. All right, they're showing the photo of what was that? The guy from, is it Andy? Prince Andrew, something, whatever, Andrew, where the girl's laying on the floor and he's like on all fours over her. I don't. Yeah. And this is a picture of Grizzling and Jeffrey E. And they are meeting with Bill Clinton. And looks like they're shaking hands. Look like they're shaking hands. Okay, all right, so it looks like they're shaking hands. So, uh, that again, everybody's guilty. I mean, everybody that's a part of it need to go down. There's no other way of putting this. It's not affiliated to nobody. I'm not. If we don't see them in here, then okay. Okay, I'm not talking about them, but the ones that I see, my eyes see. What my little girl say? What Ruth say? I spy with my little eye. What I see, what I spy with my little eye. That's who I say needs to go down. That's who I'm talking about. Need to go down. All right, says records show the anonymous man claimed his fleet. Thank you for the football helmet. I appreciate that, Pink Tech. And I forgot to bring my Marietta football helmet over here. You know, I use it as a prop usually. Records show the anonymous man claimed his feet were. Y'all got me? Thank you, Tatum, for the football helmet. I appreciate that. His feet was by a scimitar. Yet, I guess it says yet left no scarring. So I don't think they're buying that on him. I wouldn't either. You could have Rita Smith. Thank you for that heart meat. Make sure you claim your points. That's Jeffrey E. And I cannot remember his name. And then there's a young lady behind them, but she's redacted. Her face is redacted. Jeffrey E. and Grizzline on the plane. That is the cheddar color coat leader with some young blonde girl. Her face is redacted. Looks like they may be on the plane as well, but I'm not sure. I can't really tell, so I won't say that. But they're somewhere together. It says the anonymous individual accused Jeffrey E. and other prominent people of sexual assault during the same yacht incident. Thank you for that heart, me little brother. We've all seen this picture before. It's cheddar color coat leader with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 girls the age of indiscriminate ages, It looks like that might have been either. It's probably one of the model things. I don't say that minimizing it. I'm saying probably that's what it is or what was taking place. And I don't know. I'm gonna say they was either at Mar-a-Lago or in the island somewhere for like one of the pageants, right, sis? And the reason I say that because they got the Hawaiian leis around their neck, but we've seen this in the news, in the media. Um, all right, it says Snopes traced viral allegations to a purported 2019 FBI interview lacking evidence to support disturbing claims, and it's got some type of. It's a cartoon lady, or little young girl, and she's tied up like almost a bondage type thing, and then it's got some kind of gauge, pressure gauge looking thing, some glass thing, and it looks like some kind of, I don't know what that is. And then on the other book, it's something cream, and it says catalog sampler, and it has a blonde lady kissing a brunette lady on the neck. I don't. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't. This is. It's a whole bondage kit. Okay, that's what it is. I mean, it got handcuffs. It's got. It's got the anal. Y'all know BE, ADS. Y'all know. Y'all know. This is crazy. Sis said GTA and Call of Duty are involved with Jeffy too. Um, I wouldn't doubt that. Especially. Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too. Oh, she said adult toys. Yeah, yeah, those. Yeah, that's what that kid is right there. I saw before we came on that they were saying how, um, what you call it? Hold on, I got you, Asset Prince. The creators of Simpsons were part of this too. Hey, go ahead, Asset Prince. Asset Prince. Oh, I was like, where'd she go?
So I watched the. There is an interview with Steve Bannon that Jeffrey did with him after he was convicted, and I have to say that I didn't realize, but Jeffrey was a financial genius. That's what he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was a financial genius. So right now, when you're talking about Bitcoin and crypto, he is the father, the originator of crypto and all that. And with Call of Duty, he was so involved that, I'm a big Call of Duty fan. I've been playing for over 20 years. And I did not know that it was his idea to do micro transactions, which means that they started selling us coins to buy gear. So he named the coins himself CP. I don't remember what the meaning behind it, because there's another meaning to CP on it. But he was very involved with all these tech people. You guys need to understand. There was I don't remember, that billionaire from Mexico. He talked about one time that he said that if you found out who is the originator of Bitcoin, you guys wouldn't want nothing to do with it. You wouldn't want nothing to do with it. He warned us. He's a very rich guy, and he's very well known. He does a lot of motivational speaking where he's very cutthroat. And he talked about that. So this guy was earning his living by managing a lot of the rich people that you guys know. For example, he would give them, like Woody Allen's wife, he gave her advice on how to do an article to defend Woody Allen because of all the allegations he had against Sun Yi and his other daughter. He gave her point by point words that she could say to deflect. He would give them advice on their taxes. He would give them advice on businesses. He spent a lot of money on research, and he spent a lot of money to develop Bitcoin. And he was a gigantic part of Project 2025. That's why you're seeing all the same people involved, especially Peter, who should be held accountable. Peter, who also has been saying that the only way to control the masses is through religion. You guys need to wake up. You guys need to wake up. This guy's hand, it was in everything. And I don't know if you've seen, but there was something there that they said that somebody had seen him getting wheeled out before he supposedly passed away. So we might not even have, he might not be gone. He might actually still be around and in Israel. That's what is. I think so too, because a man that had so much power over them, it was all due to money, because he was a financial genius. I'm telling you guys, it wasn't random. He was doing all this to keep all these people in line. And then they said that when he passed, $50 million were put into another account and emptied right away. I mean, keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on that. That's all I got.
To back up Aztec Princess, after this broadcast, do me a favor. Y'all go on my page. I did share a video that contains the picture of Jeffrey E. It looks like a guy. I'm gonna say a guy looking like Jeffrey E. But we know what we know, Aztec Princess. Okay, but looks just like Jeffrey E. And he's walking around in Israel. All right, y'all look at him. Now, there was also another video that surfaced months and months ago, prior to this one, where there was a luau party type thing going on a beach in Israel. And guess who walks in the video? Now, look, we saying what we saying. Y'all can take it and do what you want to do with it, but we saying what we saying. All right? Hashtag we gonna say it. We said it. But those two things came out. Now, the thing about it, on that same post that I have on my page that I'm talking about, this young lady, and I can't remember her name, no offense to her, but she left a comment because she took that same picture and she put it through this whole fact checking thing. And it did say that he was alive. It did say that it has no evidence of that being an AI generated picture. So just want y'all to, you're more than welcome to go and look, but it's on there. It's on there. So W Aztec Prince is in the live, y'all, because she's right on that. She's definitely right. And he was very, very calculated and smart on how to get these people more financially well off. And greed, it to them was, it's not a such thing as enough money with them. Even though they had all of this. Listen, y'all, when I lived in Nebraska, directly, if you came out of our house, you walk out of our front door, and you walk across the street, maybe 15 to 20 feet, it was a parking lot. And this parking lot was in the building that had the Mutual of Omaha in it. And there was a guy whose main office was in that building. All right. And he's from Nebraska as well. He's like one of the, I'll just say his name, Warren Buffett. Okay. He's like one of the top 3 or 4 richest people. Right. But his office is right there too. So he had all of this. He still lived in the same house he grew up in, drove the same old car. But understand, just because they have all of that money, their hunger, their greed made them want more, and it is at all costs. Now, I'm not saying Warren Buffett is involved. Okay, let me put that out there too. I'm not saying he's involved. I'm just saying that they still kept getting money. He still kept getting money, even though he was 3rd or 4th richest man in the world at that time. I don't know what he is now. They still keep, So he put these people in a position to not only be able to get that, but to also cover up these heinous things that we're hearing they're doing. All right. Okay. Pink Tech said, "Of course he is." And then Jenny says, well, I just want, Pink Tech, yeah, I just want to make sure, because you know how people will get. I just want to make sure I'm not saying that, but I am saying. Jenny said Lutnick just happened to not go to work the day of 9. Yeah, it made so much money from it. Yeah, I mean, we got a coincidence? I think not, right? Yeah, Pink Tech opinions are okay. You're right. She's like, it's okay. Right. I'm glad you understand, though. What's understood don't have to be explained. Like you got where I'm coming from. I'm gonna stop it because they're showing that picture again with 6 girls and the cheddar color coat leader. But prior to that, it was another picture of Grizzline, Jeffrey E. Oh, and Bill Clinton. All right, we're gonna call a thing a thing. That is who was the guy that is not Bill Barr. This is a guy who recently he was somewhere and he said they would all go to jail if they got, what is his name, man? It's not Bill Barr. Yeah, Chris Tucker was on the list. Yeah. It's not Bill Barr, man. What is this dude's name? He said it on stage that basically if if blue took over, if the blue color took over, that they were all gonna go to jail. He said it live and direct on stage. What is his name? Y'all, anybody know?
Steve Bannon. That's Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon. That's it, my girl. Thank you. Steve Bannon. That's who that is in that picture. Steve Bannon. And then you got Yagita Bisht, Bisht. And then you have her Purushendra. Yeah, I'm like y'all. Yeah, that her. She on there too. As long as you know who she is, she on there. Yeah, that was neither one of their names I could pronounce, but it's Jeffrey E. behind her. They look like they're all looks like they may be on an island somewhere. The way the palm trees is behind them in the woods, and then Jeffrey E. is behind her, and then it's another guy next to her. I don't know who he is. And in front of that, Yogita or whatever. I don't know who she. That's Grizzline in front of her. Woody Allen, cheddar color coat leader. Cheddar color coat leader. All right, and that's it. That's what we got right there, y'all. That's what we got right there. So crazy. I don't. We're nowhere near done still, y'all. We're nowhere near Rotten Mayo Bannon. You're crazy. Tater says, excuse that last message. I don't know. Well, Harness. The thing about it is, we're not finished, y'all. There's still more that's got to be, that needs to be released. But I think the one thing that is pertinent is that we all just need to band together. I think it's just time to put this whole division to the side. As we see right now, no matter what side you was on or voted for or thought that, the foundation of both parties is disgusting. And a lot of prominent members of each party is disgusting. So, again, I'm going to challenge you all to join me in just saying we'll look out for each other. We will be the defenders of our community. We will take a pledge to not give a damn what color somebody is, what race they are, as long as they're good people. We'll look out for them. Because we cannot, I mean, I'm going to say this in closing. here's what I figured out. I figured out that if we sitting here waiting for the blue side to save us, we'll drown. Because a lot of the people that are in the blue party are corporate. And I can't say the word I want to say on here. But y'all know the animal that's got the black around the eyes and got a stripe on the tail. You know, I can't say it. Certain people can say it on their platform. I can't say it, but I'm talking about that. They're corporate that. And so what I mean by that is they're going to do just enough to make it look or appear like they are opposing what the other side is doing in order to create a false narrative to us that they're going to be our saviors. And they're not. People, we got one savior, and that's our Lord. All right, so far too long we put our stock in men, and we've forgotten about who we need to have it in, and that's God and Jesus Christ, King of Kings. So that's where let's all right here collectively, let's all take that pledge right there to just do that. And again, I'm not talking about just on TikTok. I'm not talking about just on TikTok. I'm talking about on any platform, but I'm more so talking about in your personal life. Okay? I think that's something that we need to come to an agreement on and to an understanding on. They don't give no F's about us. Okay? You know, sometimes when you buy a new house, you get a new apartment, and you need to borrow something from your neighbor, you can go knock on the door and you get a cup of sugar or something like that, right? Okay, but these people are not going. We can't go to them if we need a cup of sugar. More importantly, they don't care if we need a cup of sugar. All right, so let's just keep it there. I've always and like I said, there's people who have known me since I was in high school. I've always been known, and you can ask my wife, she's still in here. I've always been known to hang out with everybody. I've always been known to talk to everybody. I've always been. It never mattered if you was the richest of the richest and you lived in the biggest house. It didn't matter if you lived in projects. You see, if you was good people and we could have fun together, I was gonna do it. I was gonna hang out with you. We was gonna have fun. If we was really cool and you didn't have nowhere to go, I was gonna ask my mom, could you stay a couple of days? I was gonna ask my mom, could you stay for dinner? It didn't matter. Listen, I have friends that were Polynesian. I've had friends that was Hispanic. I've had friends that was Italian. I've had friends that was black, white. It didn't, because the fabric of a person on the inside is what matters. It's not the outside. The shell don't matter. You get me? So it's like when you get you a pack of peanut M&Ms, you got the green, you got the brown, you got the red, you got all of that. But in the middle, when you bite into either color, you're gonna get peanuts and chocolate, right? So and that's what you want. You want what's on the inside. You don't care about the outside shell too much. So that's where we got to get at, y'all. All right. I'm gonna close out the show. I need to decompress. I'm not gonna even play our theme music, man. I'm just gonna close out the show. I'm gonna go back here and hug my baby, man. Like, this is the world it's crazy. And you know, I think about this now. Even in the morning when we're taking her to school, she'll say, "Daddy, is the blue winning? Do we got more blue than red?" Y'all, we in an age where 11-year-olds have to worry about politics. This is crazy. This is crazy, and I'm crying on y'all again. Shut up! Don't tell nobody. Okay, but look. You know, think about when we was 11 years old, man. It was riding bikes. It was hanging out playing in the woods. We didn't have to care about no politics or nothing like that. Y'all get me? And now we are at a point where we got kids that's having to walk out of high school and teach adults lessons on right and wrong. I think we have gone astray somewhere. Now, I don't know about y'all. Last thing I'm going to say, I love y'all. Let me get that out the way. Last thing I'm going to say, I don't know about y'all, but I'm at a place where before I'm center aisle in a church in a box, I'm going to make sure I do all I can to make this world a better place and make sure that it's better than it was when I came into it for my kids that are still here and for my grandkids and for their kids. Am I going to be able to do that by myself? No. Are we going to be able to do it by ourselves? No. It's going to take a whole lot of things to fall in place for us. But I can tell you this right here, y'all. If none of us take the first step into trying to make it happen, we can't argue and fuss and complain when it's not taking place. You all be safe. I love you all to life. Peace and blessings to you all. Enjoy your weekend.